Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a little bit of how to manage an event after you have submitted it. So in your events list on MineTracker, after you've logged in, you've gone to your organization, you clicked manage organization, and you got to your action center. This is our events list in our organization, which we're using the test organization. So you can look at any of your events and edit them. So if I want to manage this event, I'm going to go ahead and click on the name here from my internal page. And this is my management side. This is what an event looks like to someone who has management access and can make changes to this event. So if I needed to make changes, let's say the date or the time changed for this event, the location needs to be edited, a link needs to be edited, I need to add a picture. Now, if I had a picture, you can go ahead and click change details. The change details button will actually take you to the original event request form that we showed you in the other tutorial, so that you can go through all the steps one more time and make any changes that you need to if you need to. This other cancel event button is helpful if you are going to cancel your event, because let's say that your event has been on the MineTracker calendar for a month or two and people have already RSVP'd, but unfortunately you did have to cancel. When you cancel this event, it automatically notifies anybody who had already RSVP'd for your event. The other benefit is that when you click change details, please know that it does notify anybody who's already invited or has RSVP'd for the event, so they will get an email notification if you do change the time, change the location, or change details, so that they're aware of any changes that were made to the event since the time in which they were invited or RSVP'd. Once you are ready to actually track attendance for your event, you can actually click the track attendance button with some different options. If you have an online event, you can use this attendance URL to either email it out to folks or put it in the chat of a virtual event to have them track their attendance themselves by using this unique link. If you are ready to go ahead and track attendance, for example, in the middle of your event or you're getting set up for your event, you can either click track attendance or you can click here where it says click here to visit the swipe URL and enter this code. The benefit from going right from your event is that it already pre-populates your code for you, and then you hit submit. So now you are on the card scanner input, and in this case, you can actually input ID numbers. So you can type in ID numbers for students who may have forgot their ID numbers, or you can use card scanners to scan Miner Gold cards and it will automatically track attendance for this event. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and type in my ID and hit submit. And you will see I get a successful notification when that person has been successfully tracked in terms of their attendance. Going back to this page, if I refresh my test event, you can now see that one person has been marked attended because I did type in my own ID there. Now, after the fact, so let's say that you needed to track attendance after the fact because folks attended and you maybe had a sign-in sheet or you had something in lieu of using the swipe page, you can actually add attendance to an event after the fact. So you can click add attendance here. And you can look at either your invitation. So if you invited 20 people and now you want to go back and mark them all as attended, they would all show up here under your invitations. The other option is text entry. So you can type in email addresses or card IDs in order for you to mark them as attended. The other option is to do a file upload. So you can upload a file and look at whether you're uploading them by email address or uploading them by card ID number. And here you would just select the file and then decide how it is you want to mark them. For the most part, university departments will be utilizing attendance function as attended. However, if you did host a workshop or something that was required for, let's say, students that needed to be there, you could mark them as absent or mark them as excused, so that when you do run your attendance report, you can see who attended and who was absent from whatever event you're trying to track. So if I go back to this track attendance, you can see here that my name is listed under this event as attended. However, if I needed to add something like absent or excused, I could do that. And then I could also add a comment. So if Mallory needed to attend this session that I'm tracking attendance for, but let's say she was excused because she submitted an excuse ahead of time, you could change this to excused and also add a comment stating what date in which you approved the excuse for this person to not attend that workshop. So there's a lot of functionality here for you to really look at how many people you invited, how many people you actually attended, how many folks were absent, and how many folks were excused. Going back to the event, I want to show you all invitations and RSVPs. So you can see here a nice little dashboard of invitees attended, absent, and excused. If you clicked on invitations and RSVPs, this is where you could actually track your RSVPs. So you can see here that our folks at Anthology have actually made some updates to this for us based on feedback from different campuses. So right away when you click on RSVPs, you're going to get a nice snapshot of how many people have responded yes, how many people have responded no, and how many people still have not responded to your invitation. So here you can add participants that you want to invite. So if we're on this invitations and RSVP page, let's say that I wanted to go ahead and invite people. I could invite anyone by an organization. So if I already have, for example, in my organization, if I wanted to click Student Engagement Leadership Center, I could invite anyone who's a current member of my organization just by clicking their name. So you can see my name is here because I'm a member of that organization. I can click it and I will automatically get invited just by clicking my name. If you wanted to invite people via email, so not necessarily from an organization, you can click on invite via email and type in their email address. Another fun fact about this invite is that folks invited by email, you can also invite non-UTEP emails to events. And if they're public facing, they will still be able to get the information of the event and see it on the site. So as an example, you could type in here and then you could type in UTEP user@gmail.com as an example. Then you would click email addresses. The system is telling you it's going to invite all of these people, and then you would click send invitations. The beauty of this is that these folks will get an email from the system that says that they have been invited to test event at this date and this time by whoever it is that invited them to that event. So now you see that there are 2 invitees from the event. So if I go back to invitations and RSVPs, you can see that 2 folks have been invited. Here's myself, and here's the UTEP user that we did a gmail.com email. If I go to my email and go ahead and click responded yes, this will now change to 1. Another benefit of the invitations and RSVPs is you can click on this button and contact respondents or export your RSVP list. So these are both available to you to manage at any point in time as you're preparing for your event. You can also click back to event to be able to see everything. You can look at your event rating after the fact. You can come back and look at your attendance for the event, go back and look at your invitations. And if you did have that post-event feedback, the information would come out here. So you'd be able to see how your event was rated from 1 to 5. You could see any additional information based on the additional evaluation questions you might have added, and you could click export feedback. These buttons are currently not active because the event hasn't happened yet. So after the event happens, I can go ahead and click send notifications to send that out. Or if you already checked the box that says automatically send post-event feedback, it will automatically get sent for you. And then of course, when you're ready, you can click export feedback to get a nice Excel spreadsheet of all of your information. We hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions at all about using the MineTracker system, understanding how to navigate your events and manage your events to help your event be more successful, please contact our team. Our email is sos@utep.edu. Thank you. Bye-bye.